Deputy Councillor.
Thank you. Minister, Lough Hyne is an incredible natural area in West Cork. It was designated as Ireland's first marine natural reserve in 1981. However, it's unclear what resources are in place to protect and enhance this invaluable marine sea loch. Can you outline the status of the site's conservation management plan and the systems to implement this plan? Thank you.
Now again, Minister Noonan.
Fantastic to get a question on nature today, and I don't usually get them on RPQs, but also on World Wildlife Day. So thank you, Deputy, for raising this. Lough Hyne is a designated special area conservation which is selected for 3 habitats listed in the Habitats Directive, as you know: large shallow inlets and bays, reefs, submerged or partially submerged sea caves. And detailed conservation objectives have been published for these habitats on our National Parks and Wildlife Service website. The targets outlined help to guide appropriate management of the site. My department has been funding research to determine the cause of the decline of sponge communities in Lough Hyne since 2018, and the precise cause has not been yet determined, though there are already some encouraging signs of recovery of these sponges. Further research has been funded until 2027, and management measures will be put in place as when the research indicates the appropriate steps should be taken. As part of our department's continuing commitment to protecting our heritage amenities, I continue to explore ways to optimise the sustainable potential of heritage sites in my care in a way that is compatible with conservation objectives. In 2017, a strategic partnership was established between my department and Fáilte Ireland, and one major output from this partnership was our master plan, providing a high-level blueprint for the MPWS to invest in and better manage our parks and reserves network for conservation, biodiversity and for visitor experiences alike. Margaret.
Thanks, Minister. Lough Hyne, as you will be aware, is a natural site of incredible beauty with a really distinct ecological significance. As a marine sea loch, it sustains a rich biodiversity that needs to be protected. While the Department of the National Parks and Wildlife Service have a conservation plan in place for Lough Hyne for the nature reserve, we don't see any kind of on-the-ground measures or personnel in place to achieve that. So I'm wondering if that's something that might happen. And also, we know of the reference developed with Fáilte Ireland. Lough Hyne, similar to many of our spectacular natural areas, has to balance conservation and tourism. It's become especially popular with the increase in domestic tourism over the last 2 years. However, of course, this has led to a substantial increase in traffic. Lots of cars parked on small country roads leading to the site. Residents are concerned about access for emergency services into their properties. What resources or guidance have you in place to support county councils, in this case, in managing these types of matters?
Thanks, Deputy.
Thanks, Deputy. I might just address the last question first, and specifically on this World Wildlife Day, we will be announcing some measures in relation to the partnerships we have with Fáilte Ireland in the management of our nature reserves. Certainly, we've seen throughout COVID, there's been a huge demand from the public to be out in nature, and I think that has created huge pressures on our nature reserves, our national parks. So it's something we are conscious of. We have invested significantly, particularly in managing trails and walkways. But the car parking issue is something altogether really different. And we are, in some of our national parks, trying to use sustainable mobility, be it shuttle buses, etc. But it is a persistent problem. And in relation to the on-site activities having potential negativity impact on Lough Hyne, we are working through our National Parks and Wildlife Service to have more staff on the ground. Minister O'Brien last year approved the additional conservation rangers. Many of them are in place now, and I think that will significantly help in terms of the day-to-day management of sites, really important sites like this.